SOFI update here on the 18th. So I'll go over the short-term price action and go over the chart like I was yesterday in the video and explain what happened because it got invalidated. But let's go ahead and zoom out here and just take a look at the overall move here. So we got 1, 2, we broke the parallel line, third wave up here. How far have we retraced so far? Retraced a little bit past the 0.23 fib. This is a valid fourth wave right here. It took how many days? Only 2 days though. So it's a valid fourth wave already. So could we see lower prices? Yes, we can. We could see all the way down here to the gap fill like I've been talking about and still be a valid fourth wave, especially since this move right here barely hit the 0.5 fib. So sometimes when this is very shallow, the fourth wave will be deeper. So if the fourth wave's deeper, it could hit the 0.38 fib, could hit the 0.5 fib as well. So we don't know if the fourth wave is done yet, but let's go ahead and zoom in here now and look at the shorter term time frame. So I was looking at this as a potential 5-wave move. I was looking at it like this. And what happened, I said in the video yesterday, if you go back and watch it, invalidation is here at 10:04. What happened today? We invalidated that move. This is not a 5-wave move. And you can also just draw a parallel line here and just see we basically hit the very outside of it. So that could have been a third wave. We could have gone like this. But instead, and that would have mean we would come down lower too, because that would only have been an A wave. But since we hit here, that means this is likely ABC. The only thing I don't like about this is the fact that it goes past the 1.61 fib. But it doesn't go by too much, so I'm not going to worry about it that much. But then it gets 5 waves from the bottom here. So could this be the start of a 5th wave higher? It could be. Could be. There's 2 different ways I'm looking at this. And this is the hard part about short-term price action. If you're trying to trade short-term price action, you're going to be in and out. You're going to have a lot of, you're going to be wrong a lot. And you're going to have to know where you're wrong in order to get it correct. And so it gets kind of confusing for me to try to explain it 100% because most people are going to be, most people aren't familiar with this, first of all. And so they're going to be confused from the very get-go. And then when I go over a bunch of different possibilities and one of them doesn't work out, then everyone's going to say, oh, you're wrong about that. But that's just part of trading on shorter time frames. So let's just go over the possibilities here. Could this be the end of the 4th wave? Yes. This could be the end of the 4th wave. We could be finished right here. First of all, why? We broke the parallel line in the middle. So usually I want to see it break the mid part parallel line, potentially the outside parallel line. We broke the middle part. We made an ABC move. We retraced past the 0.23 fib. And we had an impulse move from the bottom. So it went 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So could this be wave 1 of 5? Yes. So that would mean we're looking for a retracement now though. Back here to at least 986. Go ahead and move this here. I'd be looking for something between 986 and 973. So if this were to be the case, this would be first wave up here. We made 5 waves higher. We get a second wave next week. And then this would have to go a lot higher. This would have to go to like the 2.61 fib. It would basically look like this. And you can see here we have a gap up here at 1130. That would be the next spot I'd be looking for this to land, up at 1130. So yes, this could be the end of the fourth wave. We could have already started the move higher to 1130. Could have is the key word though. There's another way I'm looking at this too. Could it also do this? And then it could do that as well. That would just mean that this is not the end of the fourth wave. This is actually the A wave. We make an ABC move for the B wave, and then we make a C wave down like that. And you can see that would hit the outside of the parallel line. The 1.61 fib here is right at the gap fill pretty much. So we could see all the way down here at the gap fill as well. And this could turn out to be an ABC move up here. That would just mean we are currently in a B wave instead of this being the bottom of the fourth wave. I would actually lean towards this because if you go back here to the second wave, this took 14 days. So do you think if the second wave took 14 days, do you think the fourth wave is only going to take 2 days? I would say it would probably at least last till about half of that. And the fact that this is a very short fourth wave when we had a short second wave. So you think about all those factors, and with all those factors, I would say it's more likely that we are bouncing for a B wave and we're going to see lower prices. Potentially down in this area. And another thing to think about is this took 2 days. I would expect this to take at least 2 days as well if we didn't bottom here. So, yeah, taking all those factors into play, this is the number one scenario I'd be looking at. It's also possible that this is a expanded flat right here. And this just comes down right away like that. So that's the thing about all these corrective moves is it's kind of just guessing and projecting and figuring out the ranges because you're not going to know 100%. But right now, just based on what I showed you with the second and fourth wave, the time length, how far it's retraced, the number one move is going to be something like this. So maybe on Monday we come down a little bit. So like this. This started on what? Thursday. And then we come up maybe into like Tuesday. And then we sell off into earnings basically. Let's just say the end of next week. And then we start up. We retrace into earnings. And then we take off. So I don't know the exact short-term count or how it's going to play out 100%. But again, I'm just showing you the factors that this is the most likely pattern right here. That's the most likely thing I think will happen on this move. And then around earnings, we pop. Either way, it doesn't matter because this is a corrective move. I think that these higher prices are coming regardless. So that's the analysis, short-term time frame, long-term time frame, taking into play all the factors. I know it's kind of complicated, and maybe if you don't understand what I'm saying, it would just take like practice with Elliot wave. But I'm using supply, demand, Elliot wave, retracements, Fibonacci, gap fills, all that stuff, taking it all into consideration to figure out what's going on. With all that being said, if I end up being wrong, the invalidation level is down here at 850. I don't think I'm going to be, because if SOFI beats earnings with that news we got the other day, we should definitely be seeing higher prices in the near term. So I think this is the most likely scenario. We probably are going to come down a little bit more into earnings and then take off after earnings. And then again, that's only going to be the third wave. So 1, 2, who knows how high this would go, but we have the gap here, pull back, and then there's another move higher after that. So there's lots of different possibilities, but you just take all the factors into consideration, figure out the most likely move, and go from there, and then you have to adjust because you're never going to be 100% right. So that's pretty much it for this video. Hopefully you got something out of it. Let me know in the comments what you think. And yeah, I'll keep you updated probably early next week. That's probably it for now. Looking for higher prices on SOFI in the near term, but maybe not until after earnings.